Welcome back into this week's edition of Maverick Insider. The Minnesota State women's hockey team is currently ranked number 12 in the nation. I'm Rob Clark, joined alongside head coach Sherry Dickerman. Coach, how exciting of a season has this really been to watch a lot of young players really step up and play well so far?
Yeah, it's been kind of an evolution of our team from the start. We had a little break the first weekend in November, and then coming back, we had the top two teams in the country to play. I think we took our lumps against Ohio State and kind of learned a lot about ourselves and the way we could compete, and then kind of flipped a switch after that and have been playing our type of hockey that we knew we were capable of, and some of our young players are finding their way and putting pucks in the back of the net, so it's been a lot of fun.
To sweep the Minnesota Gophers, how big is that for this program in terms of where you guys are wanting to go?
I think the last couple of years in the playoffs, we've been able to knock them off, so we knew we were capable of it. And with a young team, I think, there's 10 players on our team that have only known that we beat Minnesota when we play them, so that's kind of nice to have. But it's huge for our group, and just developing that confidence and knowing we can compete with anybody in the country.
When we look at all of the freshmen that have stepped up in their first years of college hockey, as a coach, did you expect that much success and that much production out of that group this early on in their collegiate careers?
Yeah, we actually were joking last year throughout the high school season, just the ridiculous amount of points they scored. I think the Minnesota high school players were at like 1,450 some career high school points, and knew they have offensive abilities and didn't know how long it would take for some of them. I think Zoe Lopez scored early on in the season, and then Mercury's come along here in November. She, I think, scored 8 goals and had 4 assists, so that's a huge month of playing against really good competition, and we're excited to watch them all continue to find their groove in college hockey.
Take us inside the locker room. What's really special about this group and the way they've come together?
I think our leadership's great. Taylor Otremba, our captain, and Kiana Roski, they just have this way about them that they compete every day in practice. There's no, if they get run over by a freshman, there's no like, hey, you can't hit me. It's all right, let's go, let's buckle up. So it's been great. They kind of lead by example, a selfless group. Nobody has asked me, hey, can I play with this player instead? There's no me. It's all, what do I need to do to help us win? So it's kind of trickled down through the whole group. It's been a lot of fun. They're a great group of people.
When we see all of the former Mavericks currently playing in the PWHL, how big of a recruiting chip is that as a coach to say, hey, come to Minnesota State, we'll get you ready for the next level?
I think it just shows that this is a place where you can develop your game. We have a lot of players that are, played here 3, 4, 5 years ago and have been out and are now still continuing to play. We try to recruit players that want to play beyond. We just want hockey players that want to continue to get better. So yeah, it's definitely a tool to use that you can develop here and then go on and be a pro hockey player.
We see St. Cloud State coming to town this weekend. What will that series really come down to between, two teams there in the national poll?
They're a lot like us. Like, they want points in the standings. These are huge games for us, just league games. I think that they play hard. They're hard to play against. They get good goaltending. I think that we're going to try to utilize our speed up front and our depth. We've been able to play all 4 of our lines and 6 to 7 D depending on who's healthy. So I think that's what has allowed us to find success, that we're not putting players out on the ice for 28 minutes that they can't function toward the end of the game. We're kind of still on the up trajectory when hopefully the other teams wear down playing heavy minutes out of their top 6.
We see so many teams in the WCHA, in the national poll, and for the veterans of this group, they've been playing, in this conference for their entire collegiate career. How much have they really been able to, maybe prep some of the younger players just about what, that schedule really will entail and kind of look like?
Yeah, I think that, they've been through it. They know it's a grind at times, especially when you get, some of those Big Ten schools back to back to back. But I think they've helped prepare our group in the way we practice, the way we warm up and prepare for practice and cool downs and all those things, and the mental side. So I just think our group has kind of welcomed in the newcomers, and I think that we've kind of meshed together and blended the veteran players with the young, and it's been a lot of fun.
Awesome. Thank you so much for joining me, Coach.
Thank you.
We'll be right back after the break. Stay with us.